G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in the north of the map, playing in the colour red as the Ottomans. It's Puppy Paw. And on the south side of the map, playing in the colour yellow as the Chinese. It's Marine Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lipany. Bit of an interesting generation that we've got today. Take a look at this. Have a look at this little mountain that we've got right here. It just keeps on going and going and going and going. I wonder if this will get used or abused today. I mean, it's a good little spot though when you think about it, right? Like all of the food that is in here, you got 2 packs of deer and a boar. I suspect it might be, but at the same token, can you imagine a barbican sitting on top of this? A barbican sitting on top of this is just going to deny absolutely everything. Now, where is my music? Well, there it is. There it is. Now it's coming in. So we've got our military school coming down so far for our Ottoman player. And this is pretty standard stuff, right? Especially against the Chinese. There's a lot of good things that you can actually hit. Now, take a look at this spawn that we've got for Marine Lord, though. Not only does he have a back gold and a back stone, he's also got a back gold and a back stone, and also got another back gold. That's a lot of backs. He's got, I mean, but by the same token, an outpost here just denies everything. And Marine Lord's, well, he's pretty starved. I mean, he's got access over here as a potential option, but it's rare that we actually get to see Lipany games played. I note that just simply because when you look at the trade posts, like it's rare that you see a trade post like this. It's smack bang in the middle of the map. It's literally along this edge, right in the middle, and that's terrible. That's terrible for trading. I think this is definitely something that needs to be changed rather about this map. Is the position of trading posts, because in a perfect world you'd have them where they can actually be exploitable, but here they're just a bit of a meme. So when it comes to the way that this matchup typically plays, as China, you can expect to be able to get to 2TC and Song Dynasty without too much of a hassle. You're obviously going to be dealing with spearmen in the early stages of the game, but that's not really a big deal. It's something that's more of a nuisance, if anything. You can drop down an archery range, get out like a single archer, and you can deal with it. But there are other ways to deal with it as well, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do see that. By the same token, I would expect to see maybe a little bit of a switch from Puppy Paw from the standard style of Ottomans. Obviously, the style that we've seen lately has been more around the fast castle, so I suspect it's probably going to be orientated more towards that side. And by the same token, I would expect that Marine Lord's probably going to be looking to do the same thing. Now, this is a ranked ladder game. The reason why I've got access to this game right now is because Marine Lord played in the tournament that you guys would have been watching, the Nomadic Clash, hosted by Mr. Merlin, and he's opened up his game history, and so, bam, I've gone in and snagged this game because it was in there. I figured, you know what? Why not? Why not? I'll take it. I don't mind it. But it's quite a controversial thing at the moment. I know a lot of people have been speaking about casting games and all that sort of thing. I haven't really said too much about it yet on my Twitch, and I probably should avoid the drama for the most part. But yeah, I think it's an interesting discussion. Let's just put it that way. But we do see the first of the spearmen coming around, looking down over towards this southwest side. Spots out a couple of villagers on the gold. Not just yet. He's coming in. He's doing the right thing, though, sticking towards the edge of the map. This is the perfect thing to do. That way, he's always going to avoid the town center. Does spot those villagers. Now, we've already got the first of the landmarks on the way through. Spearman number 1 going to be coming in. It looks like he's going to try his best and actually manages to get hit with the town center. Oh, my lord, Puppy Paw, you got to be careful right there. And look at Marine Lord here. I think he actually realizes, yeah, there is a sweet spot here where he can keep his villagers. And he's actually, yeah, not going to be contested there. Villager number 1 moves back. Villager number 2 starts getting poked down. Marine Lord says, you know what? That's more than enough gold for me. I don't need any more. Almost loses his scout. Or not really almost, but you know what? This is a second away from death, isn't it? Now, Spearman. Gotta start working its magic on the mining camp. So I would expect to see an archery range drop down and just a single archer to deal with this, but you never know, right? Because it does set you behind quite a bit. You're going to delay your town center by a fair amount if that's what you're going for. And you may not even want to go into an archery range. Because normally in this matchup, you can run a very heavy infantry, or I should say melee infantry and siege combination, but he is going to go for the archery range. We can already see him rally down towards it, and it just makes it easy to clean it up. Second spearman coming across the map. Third spearman also going to be coming down as well. So he's going to have a total of 3 spearmen. Archer should be more than enough to deal with it. No archer just didn't queue just yet. We do see wheelbarrow getting picked up, though, for our Ottoman player in the north. So age up's coming through for both of these guys. Does he go for a double broad axe here as well? It doesn't look like he will. No more gold. It's going to be a second town center, actually. So 6 vills on the stone early on in this game. Do we see the military school switch over to Spahi? Yeah, he switched it over to Spahi, dropping the blacksmith down. Look how far forward he's got to put this as well. Jeez, the consequence of just not having the open space in the right location. Archer manages to come out. 2 archers, actually. Marine Lord going into double archer here to defend against this. A bit curious to go double archer, but, I mean, the big investment is the archery range, isn't it? So that's going to be the main thing. But I guess in saying that he's got the second archer out, he's actually going to be able to put on the pressure now, and that's exactly what he does. Now, remember, this is where the Spahi follow-up comes through. So the second military school is going to be dropped down. Could be looking for a third military school. It's going to take a while before he gets the vizier points for it. And speaking of vizier points, any second now that next vizier point, or that first vizier point should be coming in. We'll ride on board with him just to see exactly what's happening for Puppy Paw. There's the first of the archers making its way in. And once again, now these archers are... like, they've got a minute of basically free reign over these villages, and we can see that Marine Lord is looking, and he spots out those villages, and he's just going to be heading up towards there. He should be able to get a couple of spearmen for this as well. So really well played by Marine Lord to actually realize this, anticipate this, suspect this, and then you just look to exploit it. Next spearmen's next archers also coming in. Behind this, Marine Lord's stacking up a lot of wood right now. I was going to say 800, 500 wood. So is he thinking about a second town center? He is thinking about a second town center. So going to be playing it a little bit differently as the Chinese here, moving a lot of villages at the same time. But I like the way that he's actually focusing his villages and moving them all together. Barbican also going to be coming up, and what a beautiful Barbican location. Look at this. Puppy Paw going to try and cause a little bit of havoc over on that side of the map. But obviously, once the Barbican comes up, it's only going to be a matter of time until you got to get out there, and he realizes he wants to keep his scout alive. And nice micro. Look at the micro coming in from Marine Lord. It's just, this guy's just, he's very cute, isn't he? Now we start to see the wheelbarrow also going to be coming in from Marine Lord. Quite an early wheelbarrow here. Good little spot on the Imperial Academy as well. Nested between both of the forests and the berries. It's just like, this is a very, very nice spot here. I guess the alternative is that you could have gone for like here, hit the stone, gold, and then hit one of the forests, but this is going to be paying you dividends for so long with your extra income, because you're just going to be gathering this bad boy up. And we do see that first town center going to be coming in. Now, of course, we mentioned the boar earlier as an option, but obviously when it comes to the boar, the Ottomans not going to be a civilization that's able to take advantage of that, so it's only going to be the 2 deer. And look at the little deer bush that we've got pushing in right now. This is a bit of a dream TC setup, if I do say so myself. I mean, look at this. For any other civilization which gets the boar as well, you would just have, you would be in heaven. I mean, this is still a pretty damn heavenly town center spot, isn't it? Nested in between 2 cliffs. There's no way this town center ever goes down, he says, before the battering rams come through. And look at him pushing the deer in. It's just such a perfect little spot there. So very, very nice from Puppy Paw there, recognizing that, utilizing it. Now we see the Spahi have made their way over, but you can see just the low amount of damage. I think one villager might go down. He has to pull both of them in so he can make sure he brings them. Town center is going to get up here. So once again, the horseman / Spahi just being a bit of a meme when it comes to doing damage. Second town center is up. And we do have Song Dynasty. So at the moment, when it comes to villager calculations, I think this works out to be 2 town centers versus 2.66 town centers. That's the essential equivalents that we're running at the moment. So previously, it would have been a 3 town center equivalent versus a 2 town center from the Ottomans. But obviously, not the case anymore. Since the nerf Chinese, they've been hit hard. But some people, I'm curious what people think they are actually on a tier list. I would still probably keep them in S tier, together with the English. But surprisingly, I feel like Malians are actually really good as well. And this is something I've said before, but like all civs are very, very good at the moment. Like, except for the Rus, every single civilization just feels like an absolute, a really, really strong civ. It depends on the map, depends on the matchup for the most part, but yeah, that's essentially it. Zhuguno now going to be coming out. Marine Lord going to be moving into the poo-poo-poo. Great to see it. I've missed Marine Lord on the Chinese. I think the last time I got to watch Marine Lord on the Chinese was back in Germany. It's always exciting when he plays them, because he very rarely makes mistakes. Spahi coming through. Looking to try and take down the first villager of the game. He will get it. But how much damage does he take on that Spahi? Looks like the Spahi still manages to keep itself alive. So very nice play right there from Puppy Paw. On the north side, Puppy Paw's town center. I mean, this is just a glorious town center, isn't it? It's so sad that he can't that he can't take the boar as well. It would just, this is like, just to explain why this is so amazing. Food is why this is so amazing. 2350 food in each hunt. So now you're talking about 4,700 food plus the boar, which you can't take, but if you could, then you're looking at 6,700 food. That's a lot of food, man. That is a huge amount of food. Now, on top of that, he's also got the Twin Minaret Madrasa. This guy is never going to be on farms this game. Like, if this game goes for 60 minutes, he's not going to be on farms. And speaking of going for 60 minutes, MIA going to be thrown down in the back of the base. Nice little spot he's got back down here. A very passive opening. The limited aggression has just come out from the passive units, or the generated units from the military school. Maybe we say the free units from the military school. Villager number 2 might go down. Beautiful bait right there. Very well done. I wouldn't even really say a bait, but just beautiful defense right there from Marine Lord. Really dishing out some damage. Looks like the Scout and the Spahi both going to go down. So Puppy Paw going to have to head back to the drawing board with regard to his aggression, but this is the timing that is so powerful to hit. So as soon as he ages up, the main thing that we're going to be looking for is a 3rd military academy, or military school rather, and he'll be looking to pick up the 4th military school as well from his vizier point. So he's actually not on stone at all. So he's going to just be sticking it with like the hardcore units. I'm curious what direction he goes to. I suspect we're going to see knights. Normally you would see crossbows as well, but crossbows aren't really going to make much of an impact at this point in the game when your enemy is going for a complete complete feudal age army. A couple horsemen going to be pushing in now from Marine Lord though. Bit of aggression out on this part. +1 going to be coming through. Just looking for that early steeled arrow. Over on the other side, we see +1 melee coming through. Bloomery going to get picked up. And to me, that kind of signals that Marine Lord... Now, have a look at this. Marine Lord stacking up 1,000 wood. If you're playing right now, or like you're trying to get better, and you're always like, oh, I'm stacking up 1,000 wood, don't worry about it. Even the best players in the world stack up 1,000 wood. But that's okay. You know why? Farm transition. That's why, baby. Marine Lord now looking to push out. Meta got to be careful. Meta almost getting taken out. The numbers here looking good. Was that a crossbow? Don't tell me that was a crossbow. Oh, why are you making crossbows, Puppy Paw? Come on, we've been through this before. He's got no armored units. He's in the feudal age. Don't you dare make... No, stop it, Puppy Paw. I can't believe it. You're one of the best... All right, well, for anybody out there wondering if the best players in the world make mistakes, I can assure you well and truly they do. As Marine Lord floats 1k wood and Puppy Paw's making crossbows in the feudal age, against the feudal age, rather. But the first of the knights is out. I guess he was just like, he didn't have the wood for archers or something like that. Meta trying its best to stay alive. He's doing a good job of just keeping it balanced on the backside here. Constantly trying to bring forward these Chukunu. But at the same time, the cavalry numbers here, not looking the best or the worst from Puppy Paw. But you can see that front line is just still pushing in, pushing hard. Where are those knights? So that's going to be the big factor. Military schools. He's adding in the 3rd one now. He's got enough for the 4th one as well. We'll throw that down shortly. But the Chukunu just going to be camping up the production of the Ottoman player. Now, remember, you can't really camp Ottoman production just simply because they've got the military schools, which are always going to be driving out free units. But a battering ram going to be coming down, and Marine Lord also going to be going castle behind this. So where's our farm transition, Marine Lord? I was promised a farm transition. I guess you don't need to transition to farms just yet, do you? You've got all of this glorious food behind you. And until you need to, I guess we'll just keep stacking up 1,000 wood. Why the hell not? Clock tower, though, coming down for him now. Beautiful timing from Marine Lord to recognize this. Mangonel going to come out, obviously just going to shut down everything completely. He did cancel the battering ram, which I think was a smart move, right? Because the battering ram, I mean, it's only a matter of time until that Mangonel comes out. Once the Mangonel comes out, then the Chukunu have to fall back. And once the Chukunu have fallen back, well, there's not really much you can do. Big mango shot. Going to go a little bit wide. Clock tower coming through. Horticulture also going to be coming through. Marine Lord reaches the castle age. Horticulture actually coming in for both players. Clean up on aisle number 6 right here. At this point, Puppy Paw probably just could have taken that. But, I mean, these units, right, they're feudal units. And even we see the veterancy coming through at the moment for the Chukunu. It doesn't really mean much. Just simply because once you've got +2 ranged armor, and we can see +1 ranged armor's already through. Once +2 ranged armor comes through, these Chukunu are scratching the surface. That's it. Barely scratching the surface. Interesting walls up towards the north. These are very far away walls. Now, I wonder what the thinking is behind these. Because I would have been like, all right, I'm just going to wall here, and then I'll just wall across here. but Marine Lord goes very big with the walls, and it doesn't really secure much. Like, it secures space, a little bit of resources. I think if anything, it gives him a little bit of time. Still got an opening here. Yet to close this one up. Villager with 3 health. Still yet to drop it down. I think that's it, right? Like, it just buys him space. It buys him... That's the main thing. Springald now coming out to deal with this. So China do naturally feel quite good against the Ottomans. They do have a lot of counters, and this is one of them. The Astronomical Clock Tower obviously dealing very well with the MIA. The MIA is always going to give free mangonels, and the Clock Tower, well, you don't need to build a siege workshop to build Springalds. That's the great thing about it. Knights, though, coming in looking for a raid. Going to be repelled for the moment. Production here around the Imperial Academy looking glorious. Marine Lord doing a wonderful job here. Keeping all of his production focused in this area. Relic's also getting picked up now. Where was that relic? I heard it somewhere. There she blows. But now the numbers. Still no veterancy on the spearmen just yet. Curious decision, but we do see the Chukanu have got their +2 now. +1 only being held at the moment for our Ottomans. And villager count, he's 20 behind on the villager count, but remember there's a lot of factors to consider. Let's go over to the income per minute. At the moment, Puppy Paw sitting on about 2,000 resources a minute. Compare that over to Marine Lord, who's sitting on about 3,000 resources, maybe even a bit more than 3,000 resources a minute. Imperial officials are going to be pushing that up significantly, the resources per minute. But by the same token, even though the resources per minute looks crazy different, and it is, remember that there's always military schools to consider, 4 of them, which are pumping out units, and there's also the MIA, which are also pumping out units. So do consider these factors. Towards the middle of the map, though. A couple skewers coming through. Veteran spearmen finally on the way. It's been a while. Now the relic gets picked up. Marine Lord, not the kind of guy to ignore relics. Do we dare see pagodas this game? We could see pagodas. Marine Lord, he is the kind of guy who would go for pagodas. He looks at a civilization and really doesn't forget about any aspect of it. Just looking to play... This is kind of weird to me, right? He's playing a feudal composition. You'd expect this from the Abbasid dynasty, but you wouldn't expect it from the Chinese. Was that +2 just coming through? No, it wasn't +2 coming through. Mangonel shot hits the front line. We enter into the cinematic mode right now because Puppy Paw is intent on taking down Marine Lord. Veterancy still not through for the Spearmen just yet. You can see how much damage is coming in. These Knights doing a beautiful job here. At the same time, on the backside, the Archer's going to be able to push back Marine Lord here. Wallalol could potentially look to hold on. Does he actually do it? No, he doesn't need to. The Spearman managed to hold. The Veterancy comes through. And Chukunu going to be able to defend a little bit longer. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but yeah, look, all of the Archers are focusing down the Springald. Look at this. Such a waste. Such a massive waste of damage right there. All of the Archers were focusing down the Springald. It's got 190 health. This is the power of the Clock Tower Springald. It still lives with 9 health. He was soaking up so much damage. This was the hero Springald. I can't believe it. Puppy Paw falling for a single Springald, thinking I'm just going to burn through the Springald with my Archers. It's like, bro, it's like burning through a brick wall. That thing just, it's a brick wall with wheels on it. How could you possibly fall for that? Oh, Puppy Paw. Terrible, terrible damage. All right. Well, the game continues on. At this point in the game, Marine Lords... He's managed to survive, and that's the key factor, right? Like, that push right there is meant to be the death push. And I think what bought him that survival wasn't actually, you know, the hero Springald, but it was that little attack that came in here and just was a bit annoying. It kind of killed a lot of units in unfavorable positions, so he got really good trades. And that hurt. That hurt Puppy Paw quite a lot. So I think that, if anything, it wasn't the hero Springald, as much as I would have loved it to have been. All right, well, the town center, well and truly, all of its food getting cleaned up. We can see still no addition of farms just yet. Berries in the base. Berries to the west. Moss going to be going down, looking to pick up the relics. Marine Lord's already taken 4 of them. And now those numbers going to start looking really good for him. He's up about 25 vills at the moment. We've got to keep on the way. I saw 25 idle villagers. That means that 25 villagers somewhere were commanded to move somewhere else. 900 stone, though, in the bank. Where does he look for it? Does he look on the north side? Take a look at the line of sight he's building up as well. Look at these outposts. Beautiful job by Marine Lord to slowly work on these flanks. He knows how important it is as China. So we're making sure his flanks are covered. Now, where does he drop a keep? There's another sacred site over on the east side. I feel like the keep probably could just come down right here. But now a bit of a push out coming through. Once again, entering into the cinematic mode. That's a lot of archers on that backside. The Nesta B is going to be firing into them. At the same time, the Knights have made it through. The Knight numbers aren't the highest. Beautiful micro, though, coming through. It looks like the first Nesta Bees might go down, but they gets a good shot onto the backside. Springald moving forward. One single Nesta Bees remains. The hero Nesta Bees. The hero that we didn't expect to live. And look at the Springald micro coming out from Marine Lord by the same token. Boom, boom, boom. Venga boys cleaning house. But still, that Archer Mass is what is holding on right now for Puppy Paw. Beautiful stuff from him. Still living life to the fullest. Still, that Archer Mass is just so 51 archers. I mean, that's where it should have been. I mean, we were making crossbows earlier. We want to be making archers, and that's exactly what he does. The one thing he's missing is the meta. And it looks like the meta's finally going to be joining the front line. He's got the attack speed bonus in. We hear another Vizier point behind the scenes. Archers together with the Knights. And now those sacred sites going to be under pressure. Meta doing its magic on the backside. The Springalds could even look to focus down the meta. I would be tempted if I'm Marine Lord right now to focus these down. But take a look at this. The military population a little bit worrisome right now. He's really starting to dwindle. That extra attack speed is just helping out so much against the Chukunu. He's focusing the front line though. Yeah, he's focusing the front line. He's not focusing the Chukunu. Oh, Puppy Paw once again failing to focus the right thing. It's crazy watching, you know, even the best players in the world will sometimes fall for the Springald. It's just a prank, bro, but at the same time, the prank actually scared him. It worked. Finally, the farm transition coming in. 21 minutes, the first of the farms are here for our Northern Ottoman player. At the same time, down to the south side, Marine Lords well and truly on his way to farm heaven. 35 farms coming in. So lots of farms. Have we picked up +2? We have picked up +2 for our farm. So he's got horticulture and fertilization. East side now starting to get captured. Marine Lord dropping an outpost down there as well. He's picked up the emplacements on each of these. Not actually going for the Springald. There's the Springald. Okay. That outpost somehow went down. I didn't actually see how that outpost went down. In the midst of battle. A couple of archers and knight moving up. Trying to take out this field before the outpost gets up. Not gonna find success. That textile's right there paying for itself. Second sacred site is taken. Third sacred site. That's about to be taken as well. And we do see that that he's picked up siege crews. Siege crews on the backside gonna be looking to do absolutely nothing, unfortunately. And all three sacred sites are now taken. Nesta B is moving forward, trying to get some decent shots, but the Knights looking to do a little bit of a loop around. Look at the path thing coming out. Marine Lord just being an absolute god with the micro neutralizer sacred site. Get off my screen. I'm trying to watch the battle over here. It just won't stop. It won't stop, Mum. Make it stop. I love that my mum always just seems to be like a reference in these videos. She always makes it in somehow. Whether it's the childhood trauma or make it stop, Mum. Oh gosh, but Puppy Paw, I'm just looked at his score and I'm starting to go, maybe he's not in the best spot right here. And the archers, I mean, he's holding on with the archers, but at the same time, Marine Lord's starting to push up. We see a keep going to get dropped down on the front line here. Remember that all three sacred sites are captured. They're held and they're in favor of Marine Lord. And he's pushing back his enemy. Three Springalds teeing off, and it's just been the siege diff this game. You know, often we talk about the difference. Was it a mid diff, jungle diff? No, it's been a siege diff this game. Siege is definitely going to be taking the blame here for Puppy Paw, I suspect. Knights trying their best, but I think that's also just Puppy Paw really not wanting to play into the siege game. But I can't help but feel like that's been a big consequence, and it's going to be GG for him. Puppy Paw tapping out. Marine Lord victorious. Fellas, if you're watching this live over on YouTube, which you are because you're always watching it live on YouTube, go check out Puppy Paw. Go check out Marine Lord. I'll leave links in the description to where you can catch their streams. Marine Lord's in French. Puppy Paw's in English. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.